Hi guys, it's Erin and I am going to tell you about my 2018 reading goals today. But Erin, you say, it's March? Well, I didn't have a YouTube channel in January, although I did actually set these reading goals in January and I have been following them pretty well so far. I thought I would at least tell you about them because you're going to end up hearing a lot about me meeting my reading goals this month, and I wanted you to know actually what they are. So my first reading goal is to read a classic work of literature every month. Just one. This is me setting the bar kind of low, honestly. Some of the classics are really huge, and I know it'll take me a long time to finish them. Also, I am in graduate school and I will be starting a PhD program this fall. I know that I'm just not going to have a ton of reading time, so I wanted to make sure that I made goals that were accomplishable. Now, the reason I am doing classic literature as a goal is grad school. I would like to teach someday and I'm interested in the development of the novel, and so I thought I should probably start reading some of those great works of literature. I do plan to focus mostly on Western, American, and British literature. European when I branch out a little bit. I would like to eventually start to read classics from around the world. I think that there are a lot of amazing books from outside of Western Europe and America that definitely are worth reading. I don't know if I'm going to get to them this year, but I am going to work on that. Guys, I have a 2 gig memory card and it's awful. My second reading goal is that I would like to read one early modern work every month. Now, this reading goal goes along with my grad school plans. I'm focusing on early modern literature, and it seemed like a good idea to get a jump start on all of the things that I'm going to have to read for grad school. The early modern period in English is basically Shakespeare and his contemporaries, people like Philip Sidney and John Donne and Christopher Marlowe, who wrote Dr. Faustus, those guys. This is like late 1500s and early 1600s literature, and I'm going to read one of those a month in addition to my other classics. So basically I'm reading 2 classics a month, but I split them up just for reasons. My last reading goal is to read at least one contemporary literary fiction novel a month. And by contemporary, I mean works that have come out in the last 10 or 15 years, not works that are necessarily set in the present day. I'm cool with reading historical fiction or fantasy or magical realism or whatever, but it has to be an adult literary fiction novel. And it has to be something that was published recently. So I'm really excited about this goal actually. I sort of not really sure what motivated me to set it initially, but I have been able to go back and read some books that I've been hearing a lot of things about for a lot of years that I've just never really had the chance to get to. And I'm really excited about all of the awesome things that I'm going to be reading for that goal. Now, I do want to clarify, I know for a fact that I am not only going to read 36 books this year. In fact, I have already read like 32 or 33 or something like that. The last set of books that I read is young adult, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon. I really, really enjoy reading young adult fiction, but my reading goals are to encourage me to read outside of that field and to pick up books willingly so that I'm not just reading young adult and stuff I have to read for class. I probably won't talk about those books very much on this channel. I'm sure that I will end up gushing about some of my favorites that I read over the course of the year, and I'll probably talk about some of the YA books that I really, really like and consider personal classics, which are books that I just love so much, and books that I reread especially will, I'm sure, make an appearance on this channel. So you will hear a little bit about young adult fiction, just it won't be my primary focus. There's a school bus. Goodbye, school bus! Okay, so those are my 3 reading goals for this year. That is to read a classic work of fiction every month, an early modern work every month, and to read a contemporary literary fiction work every month, in addition to all of the other stuff that I read. If you like what you see and you want to keep updated, I have an Instagram. It's @withtheclassics, just like the channel title, and I will link my Goodreads account below. Also, if you're interested in following along and seeing my thoughts on all of the books that I read, not just the classics. Anyway, I don't have an outro, so bye!